Hi everyone, I'm Christina. Today I'm going to share with you an ICT tool called Padlet, which is formerly known as the wall wisher for some of us. In these 15 minutes, I'm just going to give a very quick, brief introduction to know how to use Padlet. Then I'll zoom into analyzing the PST affordances of Padlet. Then I'll introduce you 8 useful ways to use Padlet in your classroom. So let's get started. Can go to Google and then key in padlet.com. It doesn't require any software installation as it's just web-based. And for your students, they do not need to sign up. Simply just go to the website that you have created for your Padlet wall. So now I'm going to log in using my account. And if you want, you can sign up for free. So once you have logged in, it will just show all the past Padlet wall that you have created. For me, I've been using Padlet for about 2-3 years, almost every year. I usually will use it for, let's say, consolidation of a topic or for brainstorming during lesson. And now I'm going to start by doing creating my Padlet. For Padlet, they have a variety of templates for you to choose. Maybe I'll just introduce you a few common ones like KWL chart. You can get your students to post what they know, what they want to know, and what they learn. Okay, so it will be posted neatly here according to the rows. Alternatively, you can do a storyboarding, get your students to post something and for them to build their stories using maybe um, images or videos or other website links for them to do. So today I'm going to make a very simple Padlet. Maybe I'll just choose a canvas. Canvas is basically scattered and it allows us to connect the content in any way we want to. So let's get started. It's just for introduction, so I'm going to give a title, maybe let's say ICT tools. And usually under the description, I'll just key in the instructions I want my students to do. Maybe just let's say compare the pros and cons of using ICT. Okay. For the wallpaper, there are many free wallpaper for you to choose, like bricks, like donuts, like flowers. In any case, if you don't like any of these, you find them a bit complicated, you can add your own. So I have already downloaded a picture of pros and cons table, which is I'm going to upload there so that whatever post that my student is going to upload, it will be neater in a way. So yes, I've selected this pros and cons. So later on when my student posts, they can decide whether it is pros or cons. They can shift their post-it notes. So I've selected my wallpaper. Next, I can also select the font style to different fonts that you like. Can you see the changes here? So maybe I'll just keep it to the basic. And I'm just going to choose an icon for my Padlet wall. In this case, maybe I'll choose a floppy disk. Okay, they are all free. Okay, as you can see here, the icon. They are all free. You can pick any of these. So next, after I've selected an icon, I'm close to posting, but no. Let me moderate some of the key features here. Okay, I can display author's name above each post if your student has an login account. If not, it's okay to leave it blank. I can replace bad words with nice emojis. I can apply the filter. I can allow my students to comment on others' posts, and I'm going to let them grade whether they like the post or not. Okay. One key feature about Padlet is that you can add text, hashtag, for you to find your Padlets easier or for you to find other people's Padlet easier. So in this case, my website, my address is actually padlet.com slash Christina_pay slash HO0W etc. etc. I can actually change this address to make it simpler for my students to log in. Maybe I'll just change it to pros and cons. And there you have it. All I need to do is to give this address to my students and they can access my Padlet wall directly. So in terms of privacy, I can also decide whether I want it to be a private wall and then add contributors, which is my students' email address. Alternatively, I can password protect it, keep it a secret, or share it with the public. And those with access can choose to read, write, or moderate. Okay. As I'm teaching a primary school, usually I'll moderate their posts and set ground rules before they start posting any things onto the wall. So this is the moderation part. And that's it. We can now start posting. For you to post, you can either double click on any part of the wall or click on the plus sign here. So I'm going to click on the plus sign here. And under title, usually I'll advise them to write their names. So I'm going to write their names and I'm going to post something, any random things. Other than text, your students can also post, let's say, a picture from Google, a picture or any file from their computer, YouTube links or YouTube video with links, snap a photo with their webcam if they have any, as you can see here. Or you can get them to record their voice like what I'm doing now, capture video, record screen, draw, add location, or link to other Padlet walls. Okay, I like this draw function. It's quite amazing, you know, you can change different colors, etc. So you can see your students drawing in just a short while. So one thing about the post is that you can actually edit your post after you are done. So let's say I'm done with this post. Let's say I'm going to change the color if I do not like it, or I can choose to edit my post. Okay. If I do not like this post, I can just simply delete the post. One thing about this Canvas template is that it can be shifted to whichever side you want it to be. So that's it. This is just some of the basic features that Padlet has or provide. Let's move to analyze the PST affordances of Padlet. So P represents the pedagogical affordances. I'm not going to cover all these here because it will be covered in the lecture. But mainly, I read up and it is understood that if the ICT tool can help you accomplish any of these above approaches, components, or events, it has pedagogical affordances. And based on what we know and based on what I've seen and I've thought, I think that Padlet does have pedagogical affordances. It can enable or support individual learning for self-directed learning whereby they do research, or collaborative learning whereby many people can work on the same wall at the same time. This tool can also help you achieve or assess whether you can have achieved your learning objective or not by asking them to maybe post 3 takeaways from your lesson. From then you can assess whether did you meet your learning outcomes or not. It can motivate other students to read more books. It can motivate other students to post more things, which is why I'm going to show some of the users in a short while. So I guess Padlet does have pedagogical affordances here. Next, S stands for social affordances, and under social affordances, there's safety, comfort, and convenience. For safety, I guess the student should feel safe and can share freely, as Padlet can be password protected. And in terms of comfort, it's very friendly and fair environment. Everybody gets an equal opportunity to share, and the messages can be moderated before it's published. And the moderator is of course me, and I usually will set ground rules as mentioned. So next, in terms of convenience, students can choose their preferred tools or method to communicate. For example, text, audios, or video. And in terms of its social affordances, I think it met quite a number of the affordances. So learners can also be anonymous, it allows editing, it allows posting to be moderated, privacy is protected, so on and so forth. But in terms of interaction, student participation, there's no reminders by these two. Maybe that's the downside of these two. And in terms of students' participation, the teacher has to monitor the participation manually, like maybe tick off their name list, who has posted, who has not. And in terms of instant messaging or in terms of video conferencing, I guess these two, like Padlet War, don't have all these social affordances lah. But well, who knows? Maybe they'll improve it in years to come. Next, technical affordances. Technical affordances mainly refers to the capacity and usability of this ICT tool. And for Padlet, it has got different versions, free versions versus those versus paid versions. They have different capacities with different bandwidth and different storage sizes. So if it is free, you can actually upload files up to 10 megabytes. But if you pay for it, you can upload up to 250 megabytes. And in terms of its technical affordances under usability, I find that it's easy to use and the interface is quite user friendly. So you don't need to worry about what template to use because they already have multiple templates provided for you to use it. If you don't like the template, you can always create your own template by changing the background, like what I just did. Okay, it's easy to navigate, easy to access, and it can be customized according to your needs in the classroom and what lessons you want to cover in class. So, having said so much, maybe I'll just introduce you 8 ways to use Padlet in your classroom. I guess most of you already know Padlet it can be used for brainstorming. You can get your students to post their ideas or comments. Then, of course, you do not have time to go through all 40 ideas or more than 40 ideas. You can just pick a few ideas, to consolidate or to use it as an engaging introduction of your lesson. And the good thing is template is provided. If not, you can make your own template by inserting your own background, like what I did, the pros and cons. Or you want, you can do the Venn diagram, up to you. I've been to a workshop and I learned this from the workshop. They actually encourage us to ask questions. It's a live question bank whereby us, the participants, can ask questions during the lesson without interrupting the lesson or without interrupting the workshop. And usually you can during brain break or during lesson break before the lesson end, you can stop your lesson earlier and go through some of the questions. This actually encourages students who are afraid to ask questions to ask questions anonymously. So I like this feature. Number 3, you can get them to research outside classroom. Don't spend curriculum time, asking them to use computer and research in class. Spend your curriculum time teaching. So you can get them to find out more things that is not in the syllabus, but interesting and related to the topic that they learn. Number 4, exit ticket as mentioned, to know whether you have achieved your learning outcomes. You can get them to write down 3 things they have learned, or maybe as a part of reflection, what you can do better as a teacher, or what you want them, or what they want you to go through in the next lesson. Number 5, current affairs. Nowadays, Facebook is where they get their information from. I guess we can encourage them to post interesting articles from the newspaper. And you can rotate, like say every week or every day, a different students to post an interesting articles to encourage everybody to read. All right. Number 6, suggestion box. You can get them to post suggestion if you have a corner whereby you want to improve, let's say the canteen, the classroom, the recycling bin, etc., etc. Get the students or any schoolmates to post any suggestions that they have for the school. Number 7, positive education. So much talk for positive education. There must be a way for students to show gratitude. Get their classmate or schoolmates to post encouraging thank you messages for everybody to see the good deeds that they have done for others. Lastly, book review. Students will love to read. Give them a chance to promote the book that they have read and get them to write short reviews, summary for the book they have read, post a picture or post maybe a short video if there is, to encourage others to read the book and to also write another review for a book. Having said so much, there are many more uses of Padlet Wall for you to explore. One last thing that I like about Padlet is that I can actually monitor my class posting using my phone. So if you are an Apple user, you can download using iTunes, or if you are Android, you can also download this Padlet into your phone. You can know when you take bus or during transport, you can read the walls and moderate as and when you want, or to approve their posting as and when you want. Okay, I come to the last slide. Thank you for watching this. I had to keep it to 15 minutes because I only have 15 minutes for this screen-o-matics. So thank you for watching. Bye.